So before we start, I'd like to do something I don't normally do. If you watch a lot of my stuff and you do enjoy it and you aren't subscribed, you should probably do that. Pretty please? Anyway, that's all I got. So when we last left off, we blew out the Hornets and followed that up by getting blown out by the Hornets. So we sit at 1-1 in our semifinals matchup. So let's simcast a couple games and see if we're really going to face the 7th seed glitch. Well, for game 3, we certainly followed up by a blowout with a blowout. You following? We destroyed the Hornets and scored 38 plus in 3 quarters that night. Hitting 25 threes certainly helped with that, while holding them to a sub 40% shooting from the field also helped, I'm sure. Trey went for 42 and 16. Meanwhile, Middleton almost dropped a 28-point triple-double. Then we also got solid games from Collins and Capella. The Hornets' top scorer was LaMelo, who had a solid game, I guess, but nobody really did anything enough to offset our barrage of threes. So we're up 2-1, but can we get a 3-1 lead? The answer is yes, but only barely. We won game 4, 130 to 127, and that was solely because of our first quarter. We tied or were outscored by the Hornets in the last 3 quarters. Trey did go nuclear though, going for 40 and 14. Him and Middleton combined for 73 points. And Capella was the only other Hawk to score in double figures. On the Hornets' end, they had multiple 20-point scorers, but at the end of the day, we had 17 offensive rebounds and 18 second chance points. So despite their best efforts, the Hornets are down 3-1 to your Hawks. But before we get into Game 5, let's take a look at the rest of the league for a second. The Mavericks with Kawhi and Luka swept the Lakers with Braun and AD. You heard that right. Swept. Luka averaged his crazy numbers probably, and you know how he is in the sim. Maybe this means we can trade for AD? I'm kidding. But on the other side, we have a much more interesting matchup, and that's the Big 3 Nets and the Big 3 Heat. Currently, the Nets are up 2-1, and the Heat's only victory has come when Jimmy and Beal combined for 73 points. Not to mention Kyrie fouled out with only 13 points in that game too. I mean, Kyrie fouled out the next game too, but Durant and Harden went for 80 freaking points together. So despite Beal and Jimmy having good games, they lose by 30 points. 30. Then in game 3, Jimmy goes for 36, but Beal only scores 19 on poor shooting, which was a poor game to do that. They only lost by 4 points. On the other side, Kyrie finally didn't foul out, and he went for 35, going along with KD's 41 and Harden's 31. How is anybody supposed to beat this team, man? But we still have the Hornets to worry about, so before we get too carried away looking ahead, let's go ahead and take a look at Game 5 against the Hornets. Let's close this one out. Side note, I did up the CPU stuff even more. We'll see if that makes a difference. To start off the game, Malik Monk shows up again, this time dunking on Cam. Not a great start. But we aren't just going to take that. So Trey drills a shot that probably shouldn't have gone in, but hey, it's Trae Young. Capella gets the payback for Cam, backing down Monk, and those are his first 2 points. Your Hawks get their fast break on, passing it up to Cam, who takes some aggression out on the rim for 2. But with Cam switched on Jarrett Allen, there's nothing we can really do except go for the steal, and that ends up in an easy 2 points for Jarrett Allen. Then on the other end, Cam goes straight at Monk and blows by him for the layup. Hayward takes the lead back for the Hornets off his mid-range shot, and it's looking like another back and forth. But it's about time that we get a 3, honestly, so here's Middleton coming off a screen to get his wide open one to go. But somebody blocks the ill-advised lob attempt from LaMelo, and on the fast break, Trey finds Cam for the slam to put us up 4 points. Just when you thought we might make a run though, LaMelo gets an easy shot to go because Trey got stuck on his back. Nice job, 2K. But Middleton will take the lead back for us with this turnaround jumper on LaMelo. Unfortunately for us, Rozier comes down and somehow gets the shot to go, even though Herter attacked him basically, and he completes the and one. Then Jarrett Allen bolsters their lead a bit more with the offensive rebound and the putback. It's only a 3-point game though, no panic. Those 3 points are taken right back on the other end too, with Herter taking advantage of some space. Just like that, we're tied again. Then Herter shows some off the dribble skills and takes Rozier on the drive, and he gets it to go. Trey comes down on our next possession and then gets another shot to go. After being down 3, we've gone on a 7-0 run. But the run didn't last forever. Devontae Graham drains a 3 to put it back at a 1-point game. Winding down in the first quarter, Rozier just leaves Herter to guard Gallo, and I don't even have to tell you how that ended. It's like clockwork every game. Then to close out the first quarter, it's not a Herter 3, it's a Capella putback. What did you think I was going to say? But in the second quarter, Gallinari continues to be a good post presence for us in the playoffs, and here's his first 2 points of the game on LaMelo. What looks to be a wasted possession is then saved by Okongwu manning up and posting up a small forward. We really got to work on his strength. The Hornets finally managed to break their drought thanks to Malik Monk, who's been pretty silent since the start until now. Herter keeps impressing me with his off-the-dribble skills, but maybe it was just them caring about Gallo more than his actual skills here. I don't know. Then Gallo pushes it to a 9-point game, posting up PJ Washington. He's got 4 for us so far. But LaMelo responds with his own post-up, but it's on somebody like 6 inches shorter than him, so I'm not giving him any credit. Gallinari's scoring a bunch for us this game. He's pushing the lead to double digits, greening the 3 for us. Herter's going to take a break with the off-the-dribble stuff, so here he is pushing the lead to 11 with his 3. But the Hornets, they're not going to go away. Hayward keeps it close with his 3-pointer. Guess who scores for us again, though? That's right, Gallo. He's been great in the second so far. Trey comes in, and immediately we get a dunk off the pick and roll. We're up 11 points. But here is where things get a little dicey for the Hornets, because we go on a bit of a scoring run. Middleton misses his shot, but Collins comes in and cleans it up. It's a 15-point game. Then Trey comes off the screen to get his 3-pointer, and it's an 18-point game. Then Capella gets a block on Graham on one end, and on the other, Middleton is posting up Rozier to make it a 20-point game before halftime. To start off the third quarter, Trey misses a shot with takeover, and Capella cleans it up to make it a 22-point game. To be honest, the Hornets hit some shots, we hit some shots, and I don't really think that you want to see us maintain a 15-plus point lead. So, here we are. We close out the Hornets in 5 games, and it's been both with offense and defense. Our whole playoff run has been dominating offense and some pretty good defense as well. But who's our Eastern Conference Finals matchup? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The freaking Nets. The Big 3 Nets, who also closed up their matchup in 5 games. So we're playing them 2 years in a row, and we have to go through them to get to the finals. On the other side, the Pelicans came back down 2-1 to beat the Grizzlies. They have like Dinwiddie, Kyle Lowry, Zion, Ingram, a bunch of other different players I can't really remember. But we go up against the Nets in the next episode, who, let me remind you, have Kyrie, James Harden, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan, who in 2K is like a god. So, yikes. But if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. And y'all have a good one.